Recording. Okay, here we go. So, folks, today we're going to do sort of as requested, but also as felt. We're going to do a nice slow practice, sort of just easing ourselves in. I always see Tuesday as like the beginning of the week, really. Monday is always a bit of a sort of like falling head over heels, but Tuesday feels like the opening up of the week. So we're going to try and open up the body nice and slowly. Try and find some space with the breath. Been really connecting in the practice in the last few days. I've been really conscious of how the breath feels as I've been moving. And I think when we're doing stuff that that we're sort of used to, it's like, okay, I'm just going through the motions, and suddenly your mind somewhere else, you're moving as you know you always think you are, you've always moved, and actually the jaw starts to stiffen, the breath starts to get shorter, and you're sort of not consciously moving and breathing anymore. It's just that sort of going through the motions. So we're trying to come back to that space of real awareness and consciousness, trying to open the sort of inner sight, whether it sits at the solar plexus, whether it sits at the throat or the third eye for you, doesn't really matter, but just about opening up that inner sight within yourself and trying to really step back into that awareness and into a really conscious practice. Okay, so finding a comfortable seat, just closing down the eyes and slowing down through the breath. Maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And finding that space of listening, really tuning in to what's going on inside. And without any judgment, you don't have to try and work it out. It's just listening to any sensations, any emotions. And as you begin to tune in, just beginning to slow down to the inhale and the exhale through your nose. And lifting up the soft palate in the mouth. Feeling the air rushing down the back of the neck, creating that lovely strong whispering sound. And loosening through the jaw. Allowing the breath to soften. Allowing the breath to lengthen. And then bring the hands together in prayer position at heart center. We'll begin with chanting Om. Deep inhale. And just slowing down again through the inhale and the exhale through the nose. Feeling the breath, creating space around the vertebra, getting a little bit taller through the spine. lengthening through the neck, loosening through the jaw, and just setting an intention for this next week. We're moving into summer solstice on the weekend. It's a really important time, a sort of equilibrium, that space in the center of the year. The full sun illuminating everything. So it feels like a really interesting time to allow these sort of last layers to peel back. We've been asked a lot of these last few months, and especially personally, I feel that the world's been asking me to strip back all of that stuff, all of that exterior stuff, to allow the inner light to shine out. And I hope that works for you as well as we move into summer solstice. So we're going to try and create a bit of space for that in our practice as well. So when you're ready, interlace the fingers, pressing the palms forward, bring your chin towards your chest, round with the upper back. On the inhale, as you exhale, bring the palms to the sky, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale here. Inhale again, drawing chin towards the chest, round with the upper back. Palms forward. Exhale, open through the heart, gaze up towards the sky, palms to the sky. 2 more. Inhale to draw in, reaching the belly button back. Exhale, reaching high, open through the heart center. Last one. Inhale to draw in, belly button in towards the spine, palms forward, shoulders back. Exhale, palms up to the sky, gaze up towards the sky. Fingertips to the mat. Take the knees a little bit wider and walk the hands forward, staying in an active child's pose. So stay on fingertips as you reach the chest forward. Try not to drop your chest down to the mat, but bottom back towards the heels. And then walking the hands back. And we'll come onto all fours. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll just get some space through the wrists. So nice big circles around the wrists. And the other way, really big circles. Lengthening out through the sideways. And then turn the fingers out to the side. Again, nice big circles. And then turn the fingers back towards the knees. Soft bend through the elbows. Especially if you've got hyperextension, you might want to even lift your wrists off the mat. But really press your thumbs and your little fingers down into the mat. Getting that traction with the hands, that connection to the earth. Okay. And turn your fingertips forward, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the mat. Into your high plank. And just rock back and forth through the heels. Rounding through the upper back, draw up through the lower belly. 3 more. Keep breathing for 2. Keep breathing for 1. And hips up and back, downward facing dog. In your down dog, bend through your knees. Send your tailbone to the sky, release your head. Inhale, charging the chest forward, shoulders over wrists, high plank. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog, bend your knees. Inhale, gently coming forward, shoulders over wrists, high plank. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog, bend your knees. Inhale again, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhaling, pressing back, down dog, bend your knees. And last one, inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Begin to straighten off through your right leg. And then switching sides, bend through your right, straighten off through your left. And then switching again, bend through your right, left, straighten through your right. And then switch again, straight through the left, bend through your right. Begin to straighten off through both legs now. Inhale, slowly walking the hands back to the feet, coming to the back of the mat. Soft bend through your knees, just take hold of the elbows, release the head, the chest. And hang out here for a few breaths, just allowing the whole body to release down. Lengthening the chest down. Slowing down through your breath. Feeling that space through the spine. Feet nice and wide. Maybe heels turned out slightly and just lift all 10 toes and press them individually down into the mat. Release the hands down as you inhale, rolling up the spine. Head's the last thing to come up. Rolling up. Great. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, lift the thumbs. Exhale, hands together in prayer position at heart center. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, folding low. Bend the knees as you go, nice and soft with the legs. Walking the hands forward, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, elbows in, come all the way down to the belly with control, nice and slowly. Inhale, just lift the chest, shoulders back, cobra pose. Exhale, forehead finds the mat. Inhale again, cobra pose, just lift the chest, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, folding. And last one, inhale, lift the chest, cobra pose. Exhale to fold, tuck the toes under, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose, shoulders over wrist, tap your right elbow and step the foot forward towards the hands. Come up onto fingertips, inhale, lengthen the heart forward, squeezing through the outer hips. Exhale, stepping your left foot forward to fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sit back through the hips, reach your arms to the sky, chair pose. And exhale, press to stand, hands together in prayer position at heart center. Awesome. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands find the mat, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, stepping back, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Lower knees to the mat or chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra, shoulders back. And press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shoulders over wrists. Tapping your left elbow. And then stepping your left foot forward towards your hands, come up onto fingertips. Inhale, lift the heart forward, shoulders back. As you exhale, stepping your right foot forward to fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands find the mat, release. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot back, long lunge behind you. Drop the left knee, stay on fingertips. Inhale, lift the heart. Shoulders back, really drawing that right hip back, left hip forward as you draw up through lower belly. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. And then inhale, begin to straighten off through that front leg, walking the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Lengthen the heart forward. As you exhale, bend through that front knee, lift the heart. Inhale, hips scoot back. As you exhale, lengthen heart forward, bend through your front knee. Slowing down through your breath. Inhale, drawing the weight back. Exhale, establishing that lovely, strong, long, audible breath. Come forward. 2 more. Inhale, draw it back. Exhaling forward. And last one, inhale. Send the hips back. Exhaling, come forward. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale to lift your back knees. Squeeze through the outer hips. Inhale, sweeping the arms up to the sky, crescent lunge. And feeling that real engagement through the outer hips. So drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. Keep bending through your front knee. Tuck the tailbone under. So you might even want a soft bend through your back knee just to feel that engagement through the lower belly. Spread your fingers, shoulders down the back. Keep bending through your front knee. 3 more breaths here. Keep breathing for 2. Keep breathing for 1. And then hands to the mat. Step forward to fold. Inhale, chair pose, Pratasana. Sit back through the hips. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands find the mat, release. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back, long lunge behind you, drop the right knee, untuck the toes, stay on fingertips, inhale, begin to slide the weight back through the hips. Exhale, come forward. So we're just establishing that lovely, strong, long, audible breath, the Ujjayi breath for the rest of our practice. Inhale, drawing back. Exhale, forward. 3 more, inhale, drawing back. Try and smooth the breath through the body, exhale. And last one, inhale, drawing back. And exhale here. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, squeeze through the outer hips. As you inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, big, high through that back heel, really switching on through that right leg. Left hip back, right hip forward. Keep bending through your front knee. Draw up through lower belly. Uddiyana Bandha switches on. Mula Bandha switches on, so lifting up through the perineum. So we're drawing the energy up from the base, down from the earth, up through the body, trying to collect that lovely strength from the earth, that grounded energy. 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, release the hands down to the mat, step forward to fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, sit back through the hips, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands find the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen forward. Exhale, stepping back, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Lower chaturanga or knees to the mat. Inhaling up dog or cobra, thighs lifting up dog, shoulders back, and press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to left, reach it high. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shoulders over wrist, tap your right elbow. Then tap your left elbow. Tap your right elbow and step the foot forward towards the hands. Back heel lifts. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Crescent lunge. Then hooking thumbs, fanning the elbows out as you open out through heart center. Drawing the front ribs back. Really centering through the hips. Slowing down through your breath. For 2. Keep breathing for 1. Then a big bend through your back knee, hands come into prayer position at heart center. Inhale, left knee comes up into your chest. Come up to standing at the front of the mat. Flexing through your left foot. Grab hold of that left shin, lift the heart, shoulders back. Finding your drishti, your point of focus. Soft bend through your standing leg. Trying to lengthen through the front of the pelvis. 2 more breaths here. Keep breathing for 1. And then so either taking hold of that right shin, left shin with your right hand and reach your left hand back behind you, or you can take hold of the outer edge of that left foot, charging the heel forward as you lift up from the base to twist. Maybe gazing along the length of your left arm towards your left middle finger. Really rolling that left hip down towards the mat, opening out through heart center. 3 more breaths here. Keep breathing for 2. Keep breathing for 1. Then inhale to look forward. Exhale, bring the knee back into the chest. Then taking your left knee wide, sole of the foot comes to the inside of the thigh or to the shin into your tree pose. So you have an option here. So here or here, below or above the knee joint. And then to keep that foot to thigh, soft bend through your standing leg and really press the pelvis forward, and that's going to engage that left foot into your right thigh. Then hands into prayer position at heart center. Slowing down through your breath. Nice, long, strong, audible breaths here. Okay, so taking your left hand to the back of your left hand to your left knee, reaching your right arm up to the sky, and then we're going to gently crescent over towards the left. Keep spinning the chest open, slowing down through the breath. And you can go as big or as little as you like with this situation, okay? Just listening to your breath, listening to what's needed in the body, and just allowing for the breath to lead you. Nice one. Inhale, gently coming back up. Exhale, hands back into prayer position at heart center. So you're going to inhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Exhale, step that left foot back behind you. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, come back to your crescent lunge, back heel lifts. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, right leg sweeps up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale, bend through your right knee. Open up through the hip and bend through the knee. Give the ankle a little twizzle. That's it. And then looking forward, so you're going to roll onto the outer edge of that left foot. Right foot steps back behind you. Inhale to lift the hips, chest up towards the sky as you open up through heart center, coming into wild thing. Beginning to straighten off through that left leg. 3 more breaths here. Release the head back for 2. Keep breathing for 1. Hands find the mat when you're ready. High plank. Lower chaturanga or knees to the mat. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And pressing back, downward facing dog. Nice, long, strong, audible breaths here. Deep inhales, deep exhales through the nose. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the heels up forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop lightly forward to fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms to the sky. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stepping back, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Lower chaturanga or knees to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders shift back. And press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to lift, reach it high. Exhale, bring your left knee to your nose, shoulders over wrist, tap your left elbow. And then tap your right elbow. Tap your left and tap your right. Step the foot lightly forward towards the hands, back heel lifts. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, crescent lunge. And then hooking thumbs, dominant hand comes underneath as you fan the elbows out to the side. Tilt the pelvis forward, soft bend through your back knee if you want to, just to create as much space through the front of the pelvis, engaging through the lower abdominals as you can. Keep bending through your front knee for 2. Keep breathing for 1. And bring the hands into prayer position at heart center, looking forward. Inhale, bring your right knee into your chest, come up to standing. And then grab hold of the shin, lift the heart, finding your drishti, your point of focus, finding that nice stillness within the chaos. Slow down through your breath. Long, strong, audible breaths here. Okay, when you're ready, so either taking hold of the shin with your left hand and right hand reaches back behind you, or the outer edge of that right foot, pressing the heel forward, whatever works. So either knee into the chest or leg extended. Lift out of that lower back as much as you can and feel that extension upwards as you twist. Open through the chest, rolling that right hip down. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. 3 more where you are. Slow down through the inhale, slowing down through the exhale. Feeling that lovely stillness that you're creating with the breath, with the movement. Then bring your gaze to the front. Inhale, bring that right knee back into the chest. Sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh, coming into a tree pose. So inside of the thigh or to the inside of the shin. Whatever works for you, but hands into prayer position at heart center. Soft bend through your standing leg, lift the heart, shoulders down the back. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. Spreading through the toes, spreading through the breath. Slowing everything down. Deep inhales, deep exhales through the nose. Finding your drishti again, that point of focus. Really lovely focus today. Nice. So taking your right hand, the back of the right hand to that right knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. You can stay here or beginning to bend into the right side. So lengthening out through the left side. Keep a soft bend through your standing leg. Try not to fall over. Nice. 3 more breaths here. Softening through the jaw. Softening through your expectation. And when you're ready, inhale, gently coming back up to standing. Hands into prayer position at heart center. Then drawing your right knee into your chest. Exhale, long lunge back behind you into crescent lunge. Back heel lifts, inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands find the mat. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back, 3-legged dog. Then let's open out through the hip and bend through the knee. Lift high up onto the ball of your right foot. And then gently rolling onto the outer edge of that right foot as you step your left foot back behind you into Wild Thing. Begin to straighten off through that left leg as you extend your left arm up and over the ear, opening out through heart center. Soft bend through your right arm, just to allow the shoulder to reach back. Release your head back for 2. Keep breathing for 1. And then hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Chaturanga or knees to the mat. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. And press back, downward facing dog. Slowing down through your breath. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths as you lengthen through the backs of the legs. Slowing everything down. Okay, drop your knees as wide as the mat. Let's come into child's pose. Toes touch, knees wide. Walk the arms forward, but try to keep it active. So come onto your fingertips and lengthen the chest forward, heart forward instead of just down. And then when you're ready, coming up to a seat. Okay, shoulders down the back. Okay, so we have 2 options here. Yes, we have 2 options here. If you want to take hero pose, you can. And now, if you might need if you have slightly tight knees or hips, you might need a cushion, or if you've got a block handy, you can, okay? Just to alleviate any stress on the knees. So with a cushion, knees together, feet fan out to the side, and you just sit back onto the cushion. If that's not enough, you might want to get 2 or fold it over. Okay, if you don't need it and there's no tweaking on the knees, better to try first with it and then without it, okay? And really, any props will do, okay? Or if you've got one of these, they're also handy, okay? But don't worry too much about it. And if you can sit back on the heels with nothing, that's also fine, okay? So just see what works. So in your hero pose, we're either here or on something underneath your bottom, if that feels better on the knees. If you've got something underneath you, stay here, hands to your knees, lift through that lower back as much as you can, shoulders back. If the knees are happy and grounded to the mat, then we're going to slowly come back onto the forearms. See if that's okay. If that feels okay and the knees aren't lifting, you can come all the way down to the back, okay? There will be a little arch underneath your back. Don't try and flatten that out, okay? That's just natural. Okay, and then maybe reach the arms up and over, take hold of the elbows above your head. So wherever you are in your hero pose, it's all valid, it's all useful, it's all yoga. Close down your eyes, find your breath wherever you are. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. Deep inhales, deep exhales through the nose. So if you're folding, slowly coming back onto the elbows and then pressing back onto the hands. If you're already up, we'll all meet there. And then begin to unravel yourself. Coming off the knees. And we'll come and lie on the back. Okay. Reach your legs to the sky. Give your ankles a little twizzle. Okay. And then knees nice and wide. Bring the soles of the feet together and press your heels in towards your pelvis. Just creating some space along the spine, creating some space with your breath. Okay, so keeping hold of your left foot, grab hold of your left big toe with your middle finger, forefinger and thumb, send the heel to the sky, so come half happy baby. And then stepping your right foot underneath your right knee, bring it down to the mat. So right hand to your right hip and we'll just lengthen out through that left hip. As you come into half happy baby, you might want to straighten off through that right leg if that's what's needed and that's available to you without the hips popping off the mat. Great, and then inhale, begin to straighten off through that left leg. And that might mean you have to take hold of the back of the shin or the thigh, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, let's just get some length through the left leg. So either grabbing hold of the big toe, middle finger, forefinger and thumb, or grab hold of back of thigh or shin. And then hand to your left hip, gently taking your left leg wide. Again, if you want to grab hold of the back of the shin or the back of the thigh, you can, or you can even bend through that left knee to take hold of the big toe to send the leg wide. Nice and heavy through that right hip to lengthen out through the front of the hips. Keeping the breath nice and strong. Two more breaths here. Keep breathing for 1. And then inhale, gently lifting that left leg to the sky. You're going to take your left arm over to the left, bend through your left knee and take your left knee over towards the right. Coming into a twist now. Left shoulder nice and heavy to the mat. Lengthening out through that whole right side, left side waist. Breathing space into the body. Slowing down through your breath and really consciously breathing into the body. Coming back to your intention that we set at the beginning of the class. Inhale, gently coming back to center. Exhale, bring both knees into chest. Grab hold of your right big toe, middle finger, forefinger and thumb. Send the heel to the sky, knee down towards the mat as you step your left foot underneath your left knee. Try and keep centered through the hips. We're just going to lengthen out through that right side. Slowing down through your breath, really consciously breathing the body. Then beginning to straighten off through that left leg if that feels available to you. If it doesn't, that's absolutely fine and valid. Okay, keep both hips down to the mat. Slowing down through your breath. Relaxing through your jaw. And then beginning to straighten off through that right leg. You might want to grab the backs of the thighs or the shin or keep hold of that big toe. Send the heel to the sky. Really wrapping that right shoulder down towards the mat. Maybe even closing down the eyes and really feeling the breath moving through your body. And then gently taking that right leg wide over to the right. Slowing down through your breath. And really focusing in on the inhale and the exhale. When you're ready, inhale, bringing that leg back to center. Big bend through your right knee. Right arm out to the right, palm facing down. And taking that right knee over to the left as you come into your twist. Right shoulder nice and heavy. You don't have to go full into the twist. Maybe take your 5 breaths to create that space. Slowing down through the inhale, slowing down through the exhale. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. And then inhale, gently coming back up. Bring your knees into your chest. Send the heels to the sky, hands down to the mat, and reach your toes back behind your head. Maybe hands to the mat, maybe hands to your lower back. But wherever you are, slow down through your breath in your halasana, in your plow pose. Breathing space into the back of the neck. And when you're ready, inhale, reach the legs up to the sky. Come up to shoulder stand. So hands supporting the lower back. Try and squeeze your elbows in nice and tight towards each other. So you're really opening out through the shoulders. So instead of having the hands around the waist, you want the hands to the lower back, palms flat. And then really lengthening your sit bones, your hip points back towards your nose and your heels towards the back of the mat. So you're lengthening out through the front of the hip flexor as much as you can. And that you'll feel that lift up, that lengthening through the center of the body as you do so. Just slowing down through your breath. Again, just returning back to that intention for your practice and for the rest of the week. Listening to that spaciousness of your breath. Lovely, strong, long, audible breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly taking your legs back behind your head. Lovely. And then bringing your knees to your forehead. Or if you've got that space, bring your knees around your ears. And if you need that support, hands to your lower back still, or maybe hands down to the mat, or you might want to interlace the fingers just to create some more space through the shoulders. And really keep moving with the breath, listening to how the breath feels in the body. And then when you're ready, hands down to the mat, slowly with control, take your spine down piece by piece down to the mat. Nice and slow. Making your way all the way down to the mat, straight through the legs, pressing through the elbows, bringing the chest up towards the sky, and then release the crown of the head down to the mat. Coming to your fish pose, option to point the toes up towards the sky, option to bring the palms together, and bring your prayer towards your toes. So that's just an option. Otherwise, elbows down, legs down, chest to the sky. 3 more breaths here. Keep breathing for 2. Keep breathing for 1. Inhale, look to the sky. As you exhale, releasing your head down, legs down, hands down. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big squeeze here. And exhale, stretching out to Shavasana, legs nice and wide, palms facing up, eyes closed. For your final relaxation. So really focusing in on the breath, focusing in on that intention, and just allowing the body to drop down slowly through the layers of self, feeling the energy from the earth underneath you. Feeling the space within the body, the space within the breath.